this week.
And welcome back to an episode of 30 Minutes of Comic Book
Chaos! In a galaxy far, far away.
This episode is that time the Emperor made us do it.
The Emperor's got his groove on.
Yeah, new groove.
That would be a
So-
fun thing to do.
So, Tommy, relate to us what we are doing here in regards to
We
the Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, the Emperor's New Groove. Yes, this week we are doing Star Wars villains. So somebody with that's down with the dark side, which I typically, those are the guys that I like. Or if you just want to do a bad guy monster, or just bad guys in the Star Wars universe is what we're doing. So, let me switch it over to mine real quick. So I'm going to be doing a cartoony
Oh, that's cool.
Darth Maul, where with all his tattoos and everything. I had to lay those tattoos out because that was more complicated than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Way more complicated.
That's awesome, though.
Who are you doing, Mr. Brian?
Boba Fett.
Is that Boba Fett, or is that Django, or is that the Mr. Mando?
Okay, I don't know. I think
Because I don't think Mando's not a bad guy. He's a good guy.
you're talking about that Disney stuff. Oh.
The Disney. Hey, they got a new
We
Mando
might have touched a sore spot.
That's right. But you're doing Boba Fett. So is Boba Fett really a bad guy? I mean, he was a bad guy until that Star Wars, or to
So that Disney stuff.
yeah, and then they kind of made him into a weirdo weakling.
Well, they got his cousin from the South, Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Bubba. Yo, Bubba. Yeah, I like your layout so far.
And of course,
Pretty cool.
we have Lily's drawing here.
Mine's a secret. until then.
Lily's drawing a Kitty the Hutt. Is what she's drawing.
Kitty the Hutt.
It says the cat's name is C. Creepio.
That's good.
And then Michael's Boba Fett.
Yeah, it's sad. I can't remember her name. She was only in 3 seconds of. Is it episode 1? I guess it was a bounty hunter that has the big ponytail.
Yeah.
The one that shot the little dart thing out, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while. But I decided to do her in a Jessica Rabbit type style.
A pose, of course.
There you go.
Sexy.
And we got Steven there. What are you working on?
I am drawing a character called Salacious Crumb. He was one of the Jim Henson puppet characters that was with that was on the barge with what's his name? The big Jabba Wanaki, blah, blah, blah. Jabba. He was on the Jabba the Hutt's hut, Jabba the Hutt's barge, and he was the one that was eating the eyeball of C-3PO. So I kind of recreating that here.
It worked out because your nickname is Jabba the Butt.
Jabba the Butt. That's funny. That's pretty funny.
We're getting Steven, I can't believe you put that on your thing. We got kids watching.
Oh yeah.
Talking about people's butts and stuff.
I guess I had a momentary lapse of judgment there for something.
Oh man.
So I got a big question for everybody about Star Wars. All
right.
Now, this is episode 4, right? So A New Hope.
Yeah.
That was the first movie that came out. When, except for Lily, because she's probably the only one of us that probably didn't see it when it came out at the movies. Weird, because I don't know how you could have. But when do y'all remember seeing the Star Wars movie, A New Hope?
I remember seeing it opening weekend at Hattiesburg.
Oh, me too. Did you? So you saw it at the Cloverleaf Mall?
Yep, so my dad knew the guy who ran the thing. So after it was over with, I got to take the big stand-up home that was in the lobby.
Oh my gosh!
And I had it for probably 20 years before it finally just completely fell apart.
Wow.
Wow, man, that is so cool. You ain't got pictures of that, do you?
I do somewhere.
That would have been awesome.
Of course,
Was it the painting that guy did? The Hildebrandt brothers or whatever?
Yeah, it's like that 3D, basically, it's just like what you see up there now. It's all cardboard, but,
Yeah.
The front and the background behind it. But, yeah.
Wow.
It was
That's so cool.
It was probably about 8 feet tall and about 10 feet long, maybe even longer than that.
That'd be awesome.
That's the first time I saw it too, and it was on opening weekend. We may have were there at the same time.
It's very, very likely.
And y'all didn't even know each other then?
No,
that's wild.
Because that's the first.
Y'all would have been really young.
Yeah,
that was 77.
I remember, just going crazy for wanting to go see the movie so bad. Of course, Star Wars is my favoriteest movie, and so I ended up talking. So my brother, mom, my grandmother, and myself. Well, all of us went, and I just remember my grandmother was just like, "What are we?" I vividly remember her as we're walking out, and she made a comment about the walking carpet thing, and she's like, "I just don't get it." What? The whole movie, she was happy,
the Wookiee.
because I was so excited about going to see it.
Walking carpet.
Yeah, and she just did not get it.
You ask them who shot first, Han or Greedo.
Right.
you know which version they watched.
That's right. I had the I guess my viewing of it is different than most. I saw it at a drive-in theater. In Loosedale. Loosedale doesn't have a drive-in theater anymore, but they did back then. I saw Star Wars there, and I think the last movie that I saw there before they stopped showing movies there was Smokey and the Bandit, which I think came out the year after Star Wars.
What year did it come out?
77.
77. Okay. I remember watching it on the what are those giant discs, the laser discs or whatever? Yeah. That's where I saw it. Was at a friend's house on a laser disc.
That was the first time you ever saw it?
Yeah. Yep. Because I was born in 73, so I was probably too young to see it.
You was just 4 when it came out.
Yeah. So I remember seeing Empire Strikes Back in theaters, but not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember waiting in the lines with my brother Chuck in New Orleans to go see Empire.
Did y'all get mad because it ended on a cliffhanger?
No, I loved it.
No, didn't care.
No. I actually what's not that it spoiled it for me because I loved it so much, you remember that Marvel? I forgot it. I've got it right here.
Oh, the Marvel Super Special.
No, yeah, no, that's not.
They always came out before the movies did, and you could
By
get
accident.
spoilers.
Yeah, I remember being in the in a shop. It wasn't no comic shops. It was just in a store.
Like a Walden
And
books or something.
there was an Empire Strikes Back it was a digest book, and it was on the shelf, and I picked it up, and I'm like, what is this? And I flipped it open, and I think I've told Michael this before. I'm not even lying. I happened to open it up to the page that said, "I'm your father."
I'm your father.
And I'm like, what the heck? What? And of course, that would be the page that I turned to. But I was so happy because Darth Vader was always my favorite. So
now you ruined it for me. I can't watch the darn movie.
Oh no! Oh, I think it's too late for you to be mad about that.
I remember Lily whenever. I remember when Lily was a kid, one of her first phrases that she said was, "Luke, I father." Do you remember that, baby?
No.
No.
She said
Luke,
no.
I father.
We got a few people in here. So I know Bobby Parker says good evening.
Hey, Bobby.
Howdy, Mr. Bobby.
We got the Morrison Mini Farms.
Hey, Sherry.
Hello, Sherry.
We got McGlynn 111 saying howdy.
Hey.
And
Hey.
we have Jose Fuentes asking, do you guys keep up with Star Wars shows and movies?
Well, yes. Yeah, Jose's one of my good buddies.
Well, he was with us last week, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it was last week.
I know that was
when we were drawing the Oompa Loompas. That was it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a show.
Yes, it was. That was total chaos.
Yeah, all kind of audio problems on that show.
That paint does not cover the little...
Yeah, no, I still follow all the stuff.
I could call Deep again. He was Yoda.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was Yoda on Empire.
Huh?
Well, anytime you saw Yoda walking, it was him.
Okay.
Huh. That's very cool.
I always thought it was that Billy Barty guy, but I guess I didn't remember that one.
Yeah, I think he's not credited in it, but later on they credit him as the quote unquote walking Yoda.
Gotcha.
So what's going on behind you here, Brian?
I remember when the first run of the first movie came out, the whatever it was called, the fourth one that was the first one. Oh man, it confuses my brain. But anyway, I remember it kept coming back to the theater like every couple of months. It seems like back for a limited edition showing or whatever, because it did just as good every time they put it out.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions. I'm glad you brought that up. So, how many times have you seen the movie, the Star Wars?
Like when it initially came out, or up to now?
You see it in the theater because
I'll say about 500 times by now.
Oh yeah. My brother and I, there was a theater in New Orleans that we went to. It was down from the naval base where my dad worked, and it ended up being in there. It stayed there forever. I swear, my brother and I, before we were, oh shoot, I'm trying to think how old we were. We easily saw it 100 times, 200 times in the theaters. Mom would just take us over there, drop us off, give us all. I mean, back when she'd give us $5 and it'd be enough to get a big drink and a popcorn and stuff. And
right.
Yeah, we saw it so many.
Well, y'all must have been able to quote every line in the movie then.
Oh yeah, we watched it.
Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper kind of stuff?
that reference is genetic. What do you call it? What did they do about selective breeding? What's it called?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's the Margaret Sanger stuff.
Or because they're all clones. They're not clones though. Or are they clones?
I don't know. Those original ones were, but I don't know if the stormtroopers were. I don't know if they were a different breed or what. I don't know. There's probably been a show that's talked about that, but I hadn't seen that one yet.
Are you talking about the first time you saw Star Wars? First time I saw it, we were visiting some friends of our family, and they just happened to have a really large projection TV. I think about that. That had to be. It was before '80, but I don't remember what year it was. I know it must have been an early model or something. And I said, "What is this?" I didn't know what was going on. I guess I was kind of a little kid, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I had no idea about the movie or anything.
Well, that's a good one to break it in on.
You didn't know any of the hype on it before it came out?
I don't know if you notice something about me, but I don't really pay attention to that much things going around. I was always like that, though. It's strange. Always introverted, and no one told me anything was cool. I know I wasn't cool.
Chuck and I were ate up with it. We loved it. We were ready for it, wanted more of it, and I even bought. I saved up for one Halloween and bought a Darth Vader helmet, not one of those cheapy old ones that you would get at.
Wow!
Yeah, one of the $100 helmets that I made a costume because I was always 6'6", right? So I was Darth Vader before. Yeah, you should have seen my Darth Vader outfit. I remember my mom making me the whole outfit and everything, and I made all of the lights and all that kind of stuff just out of different pieces of parts, tore up all my toys and everything.
You didn't have to put on no Ace Frehley boots to be that tall, did you?
Yeah, no.
Hey, one time my mom sewed me a jumpsuit with insect patterns, and I thought it was the greatest thing until I went to school with it. I found out what it meant to be fashionably inept.
I just know in between the breaks with all the movies that the Dark Horse series of comic books were the best way to keep up and find out all the new Star Wars stuff. Well, then when Disney took it over, they're like, oh, none of the Dark Horse stuff's canon, but then yet they brought in every single thing that Dark Horse did.
Yep.
Yeah, and those Timothy Zahn novels as well.
Huh.
Hey, my sister once made me a Wookiee outfit.
Oh.
Made you a what?
Yeah. A Wookiee costume. I just remembered that.
He saved her hair up for like 8 years and just threw it on him.
You have pictures?
No.
I would love to see that. That'd be great.
That was just for Halloween, that one.
Did you have your bandolier around you?
I can't remember, to be honest. That was elementary school, I think.
That was cute.
You wear something like that down here, you'd get shot thinking you was Bigfoot or something.
I love the days going to the toy store looking for Star Wars toys.
Oh shoot! Yeah.
Oh, that changed the whole toy, the size of those toys and everything coming out. Because I remember I had the tall G.I. Joes and $6 Million Man and the Shogun Warriors. My God, those things were 2 foot tall. And then going down to these little bitty, teeny tiny. And then, of course, the G.I. Joe came and they totally revolutionized it.
Yeah.
But the Star Wars seems like they were the first ones to bring them to that size.
I think Kenner, I think all the other toy companies turned down making toys for them, but Kenner took it.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, they all thought it was going to be a flop, so they didn't bother making the toys. Or didn't want to take on making the toys, I should say.
Yeah, there's a show on Netflix called Toys That Made Us.
Yes.
That story is actually on there.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's cool. Yeah, they got that and the Turtles and He-Man and G.I. Joe.
It's a cool show.
It is a cool show.
I think they've even done Barbie and all these other ones too.
Yeah. Now I do remember whenever they came out with the I don't know what they called it, but it was when they added the new like CGI footage, and those seem like those came out in 1990 something. I remember I was still living in Hattiesburg, and I saw it. I saw it there.
Those are the Power of the Force figures.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, they put out a bunch of new ones, but Cal kind of re-put out the old ones as well with new packaging, and then flooded the market with them to where now they're pretty much worthless.
Yeah, kind of like the 90s Image comics and stuff.
So which one are you drawing, Tommy? Darth Sidious?
I am drawing Darth Maul. Ooh.
The bad guy that everybody loved because he was bad. He was bad enough to take on two Jedis at the same time.
That we need to get in. Steve Scott just jumped in and said, "Hi guys, just wrapped up at the board. Going to watch for a while and misses everybody."
We need to get you on.
Yeah,
Mr. Steven.
Of course, I know he's like halfway across the world, but we could. What is it? He said he just got through with lunch, so
yeah, I know he's awake right now.
He could hang.
Oh, where's he at?
He's in the Netherlands, right? Yeah. Isn't that where he's at? Belgium or something?
Very cool.
Steve Scott, where are you living now? Post on there.
Holler at us.
Holler at us. Holler at a brother.
Ooh. He's looking all blue.
Mm-hmm. When does Mandalorian come out? The movie? Isn't that soon?
During the summer, isn't it?
Oh, it's a movie? I thought it was going to be another series, but no.
They're going to do a movie of it, I believe.
Wow. Well, I saw an ad for it, but I just assumed that it was another series of it.
He says he's in TV series at 2 in the morning there.
I thought it was originally going to be a movie, and then they just changed it into a TV series.
Yeah, it's because I believe what they're going to do on the Disney Plus thing is because it's called Mandalorian. You know, we keep seeing the main guy in Grogu. We keep calling him Mando and stuff. That was just a nickname for him. I forgot what his real name is. What's the guy? What's the
Din
Djarin?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and so everybody keeps calling him Mando, but that's what they are.
Well, they didn't call him by his real name until like the third season, second or third season.
So I think they're going to do more Mandalorian stuff on the Disney Plus with some of the other characters.
Okay.
The one thing was he was Baby Yoda for like a year before they named him.
That's right. That sure is.
Yeah. How many people ran out and bought Baby Yodas when it came out?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, Michael, you've seen Renee's collection of Baby Yodas.
I think that one. I think the Baby Yodas eclipsed the Tickle Me Elmos. If anybody remembers that.
I believe their popularity was underestimated at the beginning, though. They didn't put out the merchandise quick enough.
I remember when we were young, my little sister had to have a freaking Cabbage Patch Kids.
Oh yeah.
That was another one that was really crazy.
I had Cabbage Patch Kids.
Oh, but at the time we had it like it was like the whole thing of like the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where they're running out hunting family, parents. You couldn't find them to save your life, and I think that was like the first scalper toy I'd ever really remember.
Mm.
People would buy them for like $30-$40, and they would sell for like $400 or $500.
Golly.
And this was this before eBay? I think so.
Oh yeah. I remember my mom had to get someone back home to make a Cabbage Patch doll for my sister because he just couldn't find them anywhere.
That's why I told him. I said, we got the generic ones. We didn't get Cabbage Patch. We got Lettuce Head.
Yeah. Lettuce Heads.
Well, I thought you was going to say the Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh, those things are pretty cool. I like those.
Yeah.
I think it was that one Eddie Murphy sketch. He's like, I think it was Mr. Robinson. He's like, yeah, look, He takes a doll, rips its head off, takes a cabbage, shoves it on his head, goes, "Look, Cabbage Patch Kids. I can sell you $50 a shot."
That's wild.
Let's see, we got her. So, you ever figure out the name of yours there, Michael?
No. Oh gosh.
It's not that Asajj Ventress, is it? I think it's a different one than her.
Let me see. Aurora Singh or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they ended up bringing her back later on too.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think in one of the comic series they did.
I just remembered her in the episode 1, I guess it's called. And when I was trying to do research on her after that, which I should remember the name, but I couldn't. They were one of the videos I was watching said that she was only in it for 3 seconds.
Yeah, she showed up during that race they were having. Young Anakin was having, if I can remember right.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, Steve, does this sound any better? I had my camera stuck off to the side. This may actually sound better. He was saying I sounded garbled.
Oh,
yeah, you do sound better.
Yep.
Yeah, I had the camera like 8 feet away from me, so now it's right next to me.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, let me check. It's been a while. Let's check, see what Lily's drawing. Oh, there we go.
It's changed. The drawing has changed position.
Yeah, Lily, what are you drawing?
It's so lifelike.
I'm not done with it yet, but I'll show you. So it's Jaws.
Look at this.
Oh, cool.
He's found a Star Trek shirt and hidden some tribbles.
Oh,
Ah.
yeah, mashup going.
That's super
That's
cute.
cool.
Bah, bah, bah.
She'll be selling stickers of that at the next con we do.
Oh yeah, I bet.
I kind of I always thought somebody would do like this. It's all Disney anyway. Take the minions and dress them up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surprised they haven't done that yet.
All right, now it's time to figure out this face tattoo.
Like Steven, I think it looks almost like blacklight.
Yeah, it does. Kind of. It might work like that.
That's a wild color.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be green, but it's mostly blue. But I'm going to put some more stuff in it to make it pop out a little bit. Just giving it like a base coat.
Steve says all the drawings look great.
Thank you, bud.
They're great. Tony the Tiger.
Cool.
Yeah, let's see. And then Brian's of course.
Yeah, if you want to come on the show sometime, just let us know. We can have you on if you're
awesome,
awake.
Brian.
You sound like you're awake.
I couldn't tell if
He
it would
didn't
come out or
sleep.
not.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
What? How are you done?
Oh,
Oh, I thought I cheated by having my sketch done
hold
already.
on, hold on. Wait, look at this one.
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's so cool.
y'all cheated.
Steven,
Cheater.
everybody remembers the Florida convention that everybody did a Star Wars piece for.
Oh, I remember that. Me and him and Mitch and Tommy,
John.
you did. I think you inked. I did a Tuscan Raider. I think that you inked.
John, I think John Bell was there. A lot of people from Guy Gen was there.
Yeah.
Hughes and Chris Prowse and all of them were all there.
Yeah, that was that show down at Navarre Beach.
And they
That
had y'all
hardly.
up in like this little glass room like y'all.
Yes, yes. And hardly nobody showed up.
And they gave us rooms and everything, remember? And you're just
Yeah.
like, oh, they're never going to have this show again.
Oh,
And they didn't.
Really? Camel Gong said they want a pre-order of a sticker of yours.
I knew it.
Awesome. Well,
I knew it.
I guess I have to.
I might want a shirt when you're done.
Honestly, I would wear a shirt of that. That's actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Put a phaser sticking out of their pocket or something.
I had a phaser sticking out of the bag right here.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I have to do another one.
Get you trying to think. Throw some more Star Trek or put the Enterprise in the background, all kinds of stuff. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
One of those shuttles, like it was wrecked or something.
Yeah, like have R2D2 on top of the Enterprise instead of in the X-wing.
Jeez.